Pride Month, everyone. Last year, Psypoints wasn't able to do anything big in terms of celebration for Pride Month other than a logo change, but what company hasn't done that, to be honest? Which didn't really sit right with me when I started looking back on Psypoint's progress that year. So this year, I wanted to change that. Now that we're more active on the face-to-face side, we took the opportunity to hear from prominent LGBTQ plus influencers in the community on their experiences as part of the group, how their lives had been changed upon being public on large platforms about their gender and sexual orientation, and if these experiences had influenced their mental health in positive or negative ways. This is part 1 of 2 in this series, so please like this video and subscribe to the channel to get an update on when the second is released. I hope you all enjoy, and happy Pride Month to all of you.
So, hi everyone! Today I'm joined in our first interview with Deo Cabrera. I've seen Deo actually in campus. We actually go to the same school.
Oh my God. So hello everyone. I'm Deo. I'm a second year AB psychology student from De La Salle University. And I guess I could say that I'm a TikToker. I don't want to say content creator kasi that sounds wrong to me. I just say TikToker kasi mas fun pag ganun. And my main audience, pag tinignan ko yung TikTok analytics ko, it's mostly females yung audience ko. Pero I would say in general na ang audience ko ay mga bata. I mean, mga ka-age natin. Ganun.
That's so cute naman, mga bata. Seeing your content also has really inspired me to dress better. Ganun, pero I really like your motto, how clothes are genderless. And I really like the way that you really just advocate for gender equality and how you just post things, just as you are, very transparent.
So hi everyone, right now I'm together with Elle, but for those who may not know in the audience, can you please give them a quick introduction to yourself, what you do, and who your main audience is?
I'm Elle. I'm a trans woman, student leader, advocate, beauty queen, and a corporate slave. No, I work as a PR practitioner. It's kind of the same things. I'm a proud member of the LGBTQ+ community. I was the first trans woman to be elected as a campus president of the LSU, and I am an advocate for transgender rights and human rights, and also represented the province of Laguna in the Miss Trans Global Philippines 2021.
Very colored, very, very high-colored reputation. I suppose to begin, a very big question is how did you come out the first time to those around you, and what made you feel comfortable or empowered to do so?
Well, I never really had to come out. I think like it's just a gay thing that you have to come out, because we all know that for cis hetero people, they don't really have to come out, and for members of the community, medyo important yung coming out journey because it's something that is unique to our community. So to answer the question, I came out when I was in 11th grade. That's 2016. So that's the day before prom. Yeah, it was really I really planned it out because I wanted it to be really special. I just posted the photo of myself saying coming out, and then the day after during prom, that's when I officially came out as a queer. I haven't really identified myself as a trans woman during those times, but yeah, I just identified myself as queer and non-binary. I told my mom about it. They were cool about it because I think alam naman ng mga parents natin, don't really have to tell them, but like nafe-feel na nila before. And as me being a transgender person, I identified myself as a woman, as a transgender woman after senior high school because I think mas marami ng freedom, mas doon ko na nakilala yung sarili ko. Yung school talaga yung naging hindrance for me to come out as a woman because during those times, medyo takot pa ako ma-judge. But like after senior high school, college is you do you. It is what it is kind of culture. So that's when I realized now, I think there's nothing wrong with it. And that's when I fully realized that I am a woman trapped in a man's body. Because I was able to interact with people with the same experiences. And that actually validated me and made me realize na it's beautiful to be a trans woman. There's nothing wrong with it. When you fully realize your identity and when you fully love yourself, everything's followed. Kasi lahat, you'll be able to do things without thinking about other people's opinion. So mas focus ka sa sarili mo at mas focus ka sa ginagawa mo.
That's actually beautiful. Like the way you worded that.
Nag-come out ako nung time na parang lahat ng YouTubers nagka-come out din. Like sila Tyler Oakley, Joey Gasepa, Connor Franta. Tapos talagang binibinge-watch ko lahat ng coming out videos na mapapanood ko on YouTube. So, that was the era that I came out. As I first came out to my mom, I was so nervous at first. But then, nung sinabi ko siya sa mom ko, tinawanan niya ako kasi ang OA ko daw. It kind of became the same reaction sa other family members ko na parang they were like, okay, wala silang reaction. It wasn't like a positive or a negative reaction. It was like, okay, sige, thanks for telling me. Which was nice kasi I mean like ganun naman talaga dapat na parang it's just a normal thing na it doesn't have to be like a oh my god you're queer. I was super thankful for it kasi nga talagang sobrang normal and hindi siya naging ganung hassle for me I guess to come out to my family. There wasn't really a specific moment na I felt empowered to come out kasi walang ibang queer person sa family namin. So, I didn't really know how my family members felt about queer people in general. Tapos parang ayoko namang parang yung kaya sa dinner table kami magsisingit ako ng topic about queer people. Kasi baka, in my mind, baka masyado ko mahalata. So, there wasn't really a moment na parang I felt empowered to do so. It really was just parang, sige na, gagawin ko na to. But then, that was parang, that's a story about me coming out as queer. Pero, the story of how I started, playing around with clothes. So, parang simula ako mag-wear ng dresses and skirts. Wala naman talaga yun siyang coming out moment for me. Parang one time, bumaba lang ako ng bahay, tapos naka-skirt ako. Tapos, I guess, same reaction din sa yung when I came out as queer. Parang, no one really said anything. Tinignan lang nila, parang, lalabas ka? Sabi ko, oo. Sabi, ingat, ganon. So, thankful din ako na parang normal thing lang din siya sa family ko. At umabot na sa point na ngayon, nag-aagawan na kami ng sisters ko sa mga damit.
Actually, yeah, that's really nice na sobrang safe space na if it happens, then it happens. I think when you became publicly open about your gender identity, how did people's opinions of you change if they did?
Well, generally kasi, before that started, I wasn't really posting much about myself. And I really didn't have a lot of friends, kind of shy, subdued, medyo chill lang, mysterious. I think yung naging shift lang talaga ay wala. Parang people were able to perceive me. Kasi nga before, I wasn't really perceived kasi I wasn't posting much, I wasn't that active in social media. Pero once I started posting, parang people were able to perceive me more. And I medyo hindi ko rin alam kung paano ba yung shift ng pagtingin nila sa akin with regards to like, yun nga, parang how they perceive me. Kasi nga, I wasn't really being perceived that much at all before.
Yeah.
Pero for some of my friends naman, in general, like, wala namang negative, like, wala akong negative na perceptions or negative na naririnig mula sa friends ko or like those who I still communicate and contact. So, ayun, feel ko naman parang okay na.
Sa mga talks ko, like kung sinasabi, it's hard to be a woman in this cis-heteropatriarchal society. Sobrang hirap maging babae. But for us trans women, mas mahirap patunayan na isa kang babae. It wasn't really hard. I think this is something that is common to trans women, to trans individuals. So, same lang with my experiences, especially I'm a college student and being in a Catholic university. Let's not name the green school. Marami namang green school. So it wasn't really easy. Plus, added to that is the fact that they used to see me as a man. Parang nasanay sila na lalaki yung kakilala nila. But the thing is, with trans individuals, it's not just us who transition, but we also have this thing called social transitioning, wherein the people around you also transition with you. And I can't blame them for not being able to accept me as a woman immediately, but I think the important thing is you give them time to also know you better, know the new you and the real you, and also to adjust with what's happening, because sometimes people don't really intend to hurt or offend people. It's just that they are not just sure about it, or they are not aware of the idea, so you just have to educate them, then put hate on them.
Would you say that their expectations now are more what you'd prefer, that they're more accepting of it, they know how to interact with you better, etc.?
Sa mga LGBT community, medyo nandun yung idea that you have to do better just to compensate for you being queer. For me, I had the chance to be on top of academics or meron ako mga bagay na napatunayan that allowed people to embrace me just because, not because I'm queer, but because of my achievements. So again, I am privileged that I had that chance to prove myself. But I really hope sa mga susunod or other people don't have to prove anything, because at the end of the day, we're just human beings and we don't really have to prove anything just because we're queer.
Now that you actually mentioned your platform a little earlier and how you've been in very high profile positions at this point in your life, even now, I just like to ask, because you've been in those positions, would you say you've experienced discrimination more or less than the average LGBTQI person?
Again, I have to say that I am privileged because I was able to create a name for myself. That's one. So I would say that I experience less discrimination, but I do still experience a lot. I think yun yung isang common, again, to our community. Pero now that I have the platform, now that people know me, few people know me, and I was able to build a name for myself, mas na-lessen siya. Because dun yung sinasabi nila na you have to earn the respect. But again, we go back, what about the other people who are not privileged enough to create a name for themselves, who do not have the opportunity to show their talents or to prove themselves to other people? I think it boils down to the fact that people should see us as a human being more than us being queer or being quote-unquote different from the so-called binary. So kasi dun yung cause ng problem, or dun yung cause ng discrimination, that they see us less as a human being just because of our queerness. And I think we should start to change that mindset.
So, did you like expect anything like outside, like when people started perceiving you, diba? Like, did you expect any specific reaction, or did you try to brace yourself for anything? Because did you expect something in particular?
Well, yung sa friends ko, sa family ko, I of course expected that they will be supportive of me playing around with clothing. So, pero of course I expected then with regards to like the general public na I will like before I even started wearing skirts, parang when I was still thinking about it, I was like 100% sure I will be receiving discrimination. Tinatawanan ko siya ngayon. Pero back then, of course, Deo from like 2021 was very afraid of thinking about receiving discrimination just for wearing a skirt outside. So I really expected na may ganun talaga mangyari.
It's always like that. You always have to defend yourself, especially like here, like what you said in the Philippines, like hindi siya talaga safe space masyado. So I wanted to ask them, like, what were you feeling? How did your feelings and perceptions about yourself change when you started to accept yourself for who you are, or like, what did you struggle with the most as well?
When I started wearing, skirts, dresses, heels, crop tops, in general, I saw a more confident Deo. I think if my 2019 Deo was seeing kung ano yung ginagawa ko ngayon, hindi ko mababaliw. Sabi ko alam mo yung parang if a Victorian child were to see this right now, he would go into septic shock. Kasi hindi talaga ako ganun before. Like, sige, you can say na I was kind of confident. I was kind of, although mysterious, I can, machika pa rin ako kahit papaano. Pero now, it's become a level na when I walk outside, ang daming nakatingin. And then aside from maraming nakatingin, I post myself on the internet. Tapos minsan umaabot pa ng millions of views yung videos ko. So I think this change was really for a better. Kasi I feel na I am more happier since I first put on a skirt noong 2021. Na talagang in general, aside from like being able to express myself, the quality of life and the way I interact with others as well has also improved. Parang mas confident and mas happy up in general.
Again, coming out is something that is special for our community. If there's one word that I would describe it, it's the word freeing. Freeing in a way that we get to do the things that we love to do without worrying about what other people would say. The moment I learned to love myself, fully love and accept and embrace my identity and myself, I was able to maximize my full potential. I was able to do things beyond my own expectations. When I came out as a trans woman, I know that it's not just about me, but it's also about other people, the future LGBTQIA+ members. I had the privilege to come out, and I think it's about time that I use this privilege to be able to be the voice or be the voice to the people who can't come out or who still have the fear of coming out. It's freeing in a way that I get to use my platform for other people and for other causes. For instance, I never imagined myself joining pageantry. But because I had the privilege to come out and I had this platform, I pushed myself to join beauty pageants and use pageantry as a platform for my advocacies and to materialize my plans for my community. So it's just really freeing, and I feel like I'm a whole different person now that I was able to come out as a trans woman.
For this question, in our research, LGBTQ plus members are very susceptible to mental health disorders. So the main one of these being depression and suicidal thoughts. Would you be open to sharing if you have had similar experiences in the past prior?
Based from my experiences and the people that I talk to, people or LGBT individuals experience this kind of, they're in the state of depression, nasisira yung mental health nila. You mentioned suicide. Isa lang naman yung reason behind that for LGBT individuals. It's because there's still discrimination towards us. This kind of discrimination make people think that something's wrong with them. So which leads to this kind of thoughts, suicidal thoughts or mental health problems. Me personally, as a trans woman, we transition, we medically transition gender affirmation hormone therapy, but I'd like to say that it's not a requirement for you to be a trans individual. Whether you choose to transition medically or not, it does not take away the fact that you are still a transgender woman and therefore a woman. So in my case, I do medical transitioning so that I would see the changes in my body. But the thing is, lahat naman ng medicine may side effects. So for us, trans individual, medyo common na and naging internal jokes na sa mga trans people yung kaka-pills mo yan or baka nakalimutan mo mag-take ng pills. It's because meron talaga siyang side effect to our mental health, because as I mentioned kanina off-cam, for biological women, when they get their period, nagkakaroon ng hormonal imbalance. And for trans individuals who take estrogen pills every day or who do estrogen shots every 3 days, nagkakaroon ng hormonal imbalance. So it's kind of the same in a way na we have to handle yung mga overthinking, medyo naging sensitive, medyo naging emotional. So it's really a challenge for us. That's the thing specific to trans individual. But generally, again, going back, LGBT individuals experience this kind of thoughts because of discrimination, because of hatred towards our community and the prejudice that makes them feel that they are not special, that they are not loved, they are not worthy of being loved, and that something's wrong with them. But we should start changing that mindset, because at the end of the day, again, we are just like the other people. We're just human beings who matter, who deserve love, and who deserves to be loved.
Well, aside from the discrimination that I said earlier, siguro an internal struggle that I had was, since I started kasi wearing women's clothing, parang parang palagi akong nape-pressure in a way na maging presentable palagi. Parang, di ba kasi as queer people, parang yung pagiging queer natin, it's always the bakla siya pero matalino siya. Parang ganon. There's always a but kapag queer ka. So, ever since I started wearing women's clothing, there was always a pressure for me to always look presentable. It's parang in my mind kasi it's, ganyan siya manamit pero at least maganda siya tignan. Parang ang babaw sabihin na I struggled being presentable. Pero I think it's valid naman kasi nga I didn't want people to continually harass me and parang sabihin na nga na ganyan ka na nga manamit, ang pangit pa niya. Diba? Parang I wanted kahit pa paano there to be a positive side na parang sige, ganyan ka manamit, pero at least maganda yung damit mo. With regards to mental health struggles, they weren't really like yung parang diagnosed na this is depression, anxiety, pero I get that in general, queer people do struggle with a lot more. Kasi nga, we face a lot more. Like, in general, there is discrimination in the world. So, napansin ko rin naman na although I am more confident and more happy with regards to my life right now, ever since I started, expressing myself in the way I wanted to, dumami rin talaga yung lows and in a way. Kasi, like, kunyari, when I just post a TikTok video, palagi may magko-comment dyan na parang bakla, salot, Barbie, or basically any form of insult. And although ngayon, medyo mas tough na yung skin ko with regards to handling these types of comments, it still has somewhat an effect on me na parang it's still, naiisip ko pa rin siya. And yun nga, kahit nasabihin kong I can master the art of deadma, it still somewhat has an effect nga na parang, bakit ganito pa rin yung naiisip ng mga tao right now. Yun nga, although there is, I'm generally a lot more happy right now, parang dumami rin talaga yung moments na I do feel sad because of the discrimination that I face every day as someone who goes out in the public as themselves. Na parang minsan, oh my God, okay, ito. Very good example is, sometimes kasi I have these self-care days for myself na kapag kunyari after midterms, after finals, I take myself out on a date. I manicure, pedicure, I watch a movie by myself. Tapos although these days are supposed to be relaxing days for me, at the end of the day, I'll always wonder kung bakit sobrang pagod ako. And na-realize ko rin din recently na sobrang pagod ako. Kasi parang I always notice that people are staring. Tapos kasi if you're alone, mas grabe yung effect niya. Kasi parang if you're with someone, parang you feel more protected, more calm. Parang you can pass it off kasi nga hindi mo siya naiisip masyado. Pero if you're alone, nararamdaman mo talaga lahat ng stares ng people. So, ayun lang, parang although it's supposed to be a very happy day for me, a very relaxing day, nagiging tiring and stressful day siya at the end. Kasi nga parang I'm like, ang daming nakatingin, ang daming parang yung disapproving stares kapag naglalakad lang ako.
It's true. Mental load that you get from just simply like being more expressed, like showing your gender identity, like that's really difficult, like out in public. So with that, like with those experiences, what would you say to someone who is considering coming out or is struggling with their own mental health in terms of being part of the queer community?
So with regards to coming out, madali na kasi sabihin na parang alam mo yun, just do it. Pero I know kasi na of course there's a lot of nuance when it comes to it na parang hindi same yung situation for everybody. So although magandang advice naman talaga yung just do it, just come out, things will get better soon, hindi siya ganun ka-feasible for everyone. Kasi for other people, baka if they come out, na-kick out sila sa bahay nila, ma-disown sila ng pamilya nila, or just in general, baka mas pumangat yung situation for them. So I think one of the best advice that I received with regards to coming out, I only come out if you feel that you are in a comfortable and supported space. Although, yes, we understand that not being able to express yourself is a very terrible situation. It's a terrible experience na tinatago mo yung sarili mo. Pero, yun nga, given that the Philippines is not a queer-friendly place, if you come out, baka nga mas maging malala yung experience mo, which of course, we do not want. So talagang for me, the advice that I really give to people who are struggling to come out, I wait until you are in a supportive and comfortable space before you do so. Para if ever na hindi ganun kaganda yung reactions ng mga tao, at least you have like a fallback. You have people to come to or like a space na pwede mong takbo. And in general, for people who are struggling with their mental health with regards to like yung sa kanila pagiging queer, I know that right now there are a lot of hindi naman queer psychologists, pero psychologists who have specializations in tackling with queer issues. Hindi lang ako sure kung saan sila, but I know that in the Philippines there are.
Take your time. You don't have to rush everything. You don't have to figure it out immediately. Imagine it took me 18 long years to made me realize that I am a woman. It took me 18 long years to be able to see and fully embrace myself. It took me 18 long years to find my support system, to find my chosen family who will support me and accept me and embrace me for being the woman that I am now. So you don't really have to rush. Just take your time to get to know yourself better, to understand yourself, to know what you want to do and what you love to do. And once na you fully embrace and accept yourself, mag-flourish na siya. Once you fully accept and embrace yourself, magsusunod-sunod siya. Kasi it's gonna radiate, your energy will radiate to the public. Na parang, oh, they look happier. It's because you are happy on your own. And you already accept the fact that buo ka kahit wala yung tao. Nabuo kang tao kahit hindi ka tanggap ng iba. Dahil sa sarili mo, buong-buo ka na at tanggap mo na yung sarili mo. Again, don't rush. Just take your time to fully understand yourself. Find the people, your support system. It does not have to be your family, but you can have your chosen family that would understand you and embrace you for being who you are. Third is that I think you just have to be unapologetically you, because at the end of the day, they're not gonna pay your bills, and you're not doing things for them, but you're doing your everything for yourself. Once natanggap mo na ng buong buo yung sarili mo, hindi mo nahahanapin yung pagmamahal sa ibang tao. Hindi mo nahahanapin yung acceptance sa ibang tao. Because you are already whole para sa sarili mo. If you need help on things, mayroon naman mga support groups like my org, Pantay, who welcomes all kinds of people. And may mga tao na makikilala ka who are more than willing to accept. Pero again, dapat manggaling pa rin siya sa sarili mo. So there.
And do you have any like last words or like a message you want to impart to your audience or just anyone watching this video?
Siguro, my message would be specific to all queer individuals who are struggling to express themselves, or I guess in a way, yung mga gustong mag-experiment with clothing pero nahihiya. Ang specific message ko for them ay, in general, confidence to wear whatever you want does not overnight. It is a struggle talaga na talagang maranasan mo, na parang you take things step by step. So, I go for wear a crop top first, then see how it feels, then add a skirt, then add heels until you're able to fully confidently go out in public wearing whatever you want. And ayun nga, wag ma-pressure na hindi nyo siya kayang gawin agad-agad in isang tulugan pagkagising nyo, ganun agad. It's a process talaga na took a really long time for me. For me, it took about like a year. So, wag masyadong ma-pressure. And ayun nga, all expect discrimination, sadly. Pero you will learn to overcome it and to the point na white noise na lang sila.
Very important also, like, yung clothing, like, yung change overnight. I think a lot of us expect na, oh, I came out, or like, you know who you are, and then bigla overnight, it's just gonna come. Pero, like, it really takes so much time, daming struggle, yung mga ganon. So, I think those are like really important things that the audience needs to hear. And so, lastly, is there anything that you want to promote or you want to share?
Okay, so ipopromote ko lang ay yung aking TikTok and Instagram, aking social media. So, sa lahat ng social medias, I am just @deojello_. So, yun lang.
Okay, sige. Thank you so much. It was lovely having you.
Hi everyone, again it's LSPhilia. If you wanna keep in touch with me, or if you wanna check out my socials, it's everything as LSPhilia. It's ELLEASPILLA LSPhilia. So I post my personal things, my advocacy whenever I have speaking engagement. So you can go ahead and be mutuals if you want.